We are not the smartest thing walking around on the earth. But the thing that's walking around the earth does not like you because we are from the real creator. They were made by him also, but there's a part of him in us, which is what you call your soul. They don't have that. And so there's definitely a jealousy thing going on here. But it's a very dangerous jealousy. And so they work through certain organizations, and there's one that's very, very mean, and it's, you know, it showed its head in World War II. You know, World War II, Holocaust. What's the word Holocaust? The word Holocaust, first used in Genesis in the Bible, it says God told Cain and Abel to bring their Holocaust unto the Lord. A Holocaust is a burnt sacrifice or an offering. Well, the Jews gave it the name of Holocaust in 1954 or 56, but they never told you what Holocaust means. It's a burnt sacrifice or an offering. So why are the Jews that were tormented in there calling it a Holocaust? Because they were a sacrifice. You know, what was the big thing? The ovens, they were being burnt up. And that all goes back to Phoenicia, Cana. The Phoenicians, cannibalism and burning, you know, being sacrificed to these androgynous beings. Monsanto, what do you think they've been doing? Why do you think that there's soy in everything that you eat and drink? Soy is laced with, naturally, with female hormones, estrogen. Why do you think the chicks, you know, at 16, their fucking knockers are huge, man? When I was in school, they were flat as a fucking board. And the guys, I'm sorry, it's true. The boys are really, really light in the loafer. Okay? I don't know who's putting the loafer lightning in, but they're getting way carried away. And so it's all about androgyny. That's what the whole thing is with the cross-dressing. You're taking a man and dressing him like a woman, which is an insult to the creator, because man is supposed to be the ultimate, and that means mankind. Men, male and female. And then you're taking a woman and dressing them like a man. Now, I don't care about the sexual relationship. I'm saying it's the way that it's set up and the way that they push the agenda. So, you know, when you look at the Romans, they wore skirts, you know, big burly fucking guys with swords running around in a miniskirt. It's androgyny. The Scottish, you know, hellraisers, drinkers, fighters, walking around in a kilt. It's a fucking dress. You know, the priest, the judge, walking around in a black fucking robe because it represents the woman. It's all about androgyny because that's what they are. They don't have a fucking package. Whoever thought all of this would be over a freaking, you know, over a dick? You know, if you ever drive around and you'll see this, and you'll see this in the Middle East, and you see in churches around here, you'll see a dome with a crucifix on the top. The dome represents the head of the penis. The crucifix is nothing more than an X with an extension on it. That's why Jesus was crucified on it, because it was their gig. It's their symbol. The X represents Saturn, and the Saturn represents the female body part. And so that's why it's sitting on top of the dome. In other words, we're greater than the creator. When you understand that this is all based on sexual body parts representing creator and creation, then it'll become much clearer to you what's really going on. I mean, even when you get into arguments, you know, and one guy will argue with another guy, and he'll say, "Ah, you big pussy." Okay, now you're talking about the female genitalia, and what is the insult for the man? Ah, you got a little dick. So here you have a big pussy and a little dick. You see what I'm saying? These catchphrases and stuff are thrown out there by them. And people just say it willy-nilly, not understanding that what they're doing by loading us up with estrogen is they're trying to let us make man in our image. They're trying to change you into another creature. In other words, they want you to become androgynous. Okay? I don't think it's moving along fast enough, because I think that I told you, as it was in the days of Noah, so will it be in the coming of man. And the coming of man is exactly like it sounds. It's a sexual act. It means a new creation. You know, 666 is 999. It's a new model. And the new model, they ain't gonna have a Johnson. You know? It's just going to be something that's going to worship them because they're stealing the creation from the Creator. And they're going to want allegiance, and whether you give it or not, most people are going to be gone. You know, I'm not here to insult anybody's spiritual or religious beliefs, but you've got to understand there's a hell of a lot more going on here than just, you know, the Catholics don't like the Jews. This is so far beyond that. Okay, this is from Ronnie James Dio, a former member of Ozzy Osbourne's Black Sabbath. He started his own group called The Rainbow. By looking at it, it's very easy to tell what he's referring to here. But in an interview, he describes what he thinks God is, and it's extremely interesting. I took 3 little clips of 3 things that he describes as God being. And so let's listen to what he has to say. This is probably one of the better finds that I've ever come across. And I would suggest listening because this guy, he was really on the inside.
You know, he may be purple with no hair. He may be black. He may be she.
So everything that he just described, purple, black, and a he is a she, it's all androgyny. Purple represents the bitch or the witch. Black represents the authority of the planet. And he is a she represents androgyny. Wake the fuck up, people. Please, will you wake up and understand? This shit is for real. This is not a joke. And this is what is running this planet. These, whatever they are what's in control of every facet of your life. So, I ain't a Bible thumper. I'm just telling you, you're going to have to pick sides. You're going to have to pick the creation or the Creator. Okay? Like I said, I have a lot of friends that act like they're my friends, but they're really not. You know? YouTube is full of this type of stuff. All you gotta do is look around you. It's everywhere. It's just that they keep you busy with all kinds of neat little things, gadgets, sports, because you're not supposed to think of this type of stuff. As a matter of fact, this stuff was never supposed to get into the public realm, I don't think. But now, amazingly, after my channel went down, now David Icke is starting to talk about Saturn. But see, David Icke won't come out and tell you what it represents. He'll try to spin some mystical bullshit here and there, but he won't tell you, you know, it represents the woman and what the woman is and why the woman with especially the red hair, or those with red hair, where the saying "I'll beat you like a redheaded stepchild," what that really means, or why the 2 people that were going to have sex on top of the church. Remember that video I did have red hair, or the 2 girls in New York City. Even though one appeared to be brunette, if you looked at the earlier photo in the hospital, they both have red hair. Or the video I'm going to do about the guy that supposedly got run over by a car, and a bunch of people picked it up, and they yanked him out from underneath him, and he didn't have a scratch on him, why he's got red hair, and why this fat fucking bitch, Adele, this singer from Europe, from England, the fucking cow, why she's singing Rolling in the Deep. Okay, why she has red hair. Go back, do your studies, find out about Lilith, Adam's first wife, the one that didn't want to be dominated. She wanted the top position in the sexual act. She had red hair, and she doesn't care for children. But nobody cares about that, right? But what we do care about is Madonna and the Super Bowl. I hope you people are starting to get an idea of what's really going on here. I mean, it doesn't matter. I can go on for years doing this shit. As long as the world survives, they're going to keep leaving us information of who they are and what they are and what their agenda is. It's up to you to take it and do something with it in your own personal life. You can't change the situation. None of us can. There is going to be no fighting a new world order. There's no such thing as a new world order. There's a new world order. But it's really the old order just repackaged and come back around again. You know, it's up to you to make peace with the Creator, the Father, Jesus Christ. Yes, I know, shouldn't say the J word. Yes, I know that makes people cringe, doesn't it? Well, we'll see. We'll see. You know, I don't see this stuff and am able to pick it out because I'm some kind of smart guy. I dropped out as a junior and went into the Navy. Not really a smart guy, but I am able to see bullshit on a level that most people don't see. So all I'm asking you to do is just take some time and do some research, and you'll understand that this is what runs the whole planet. That planet represents the female body part. It represents those that have absconded this creation and claimed it as their own. Okay? They know that they're the lesser of the two. That's why they use that particular part of the woman to represent themselves. You remember that stupid song by Helen Reddy, I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar? And then we go in the Bible and it says when God is talking to Satan, he said, well, Satan came up to heaven. He said, what are you doing here? He says, oh, I'm just walking up and down upon the earth, thinking who I may devour. Well, the roaring, devouring, sounds like a big lion. Which is interesting because the Jews used the lion as one of their logos. I believe it represents the tribe of Judah. I don't know, whatever. Let's not pick on the Jews. They've been picked on enough. Well, we'll pick on them a little bit. Anyway, that's it. I hope you learned something. That's right out of the mouth of Ronnie James Dio. And if there was ever a man that was ever affiliated with this shit on a level that's credible, I would say he would be one of them. Him and that other fruitcake, Ozzy Osbourne. Well, have a nice day.
For the Huffington Post, I'm Lucy Hartman. There are no wrong answers in art. What looks like an abstract representation of the warrior spirit to some might look like the birth of a golden beach ball to others. That's exactly the artistic crossroads a high school in Wasilla, Alaska is having to deal with. This sculpture is attracting a lot of attention. Alaska Dispatch has the artist's description of the work. Emerging from the powerful stone form are two warrior shields encircled by glowing feathers. The bronze shield has hand impression showing good deeds. The aluminum shield has a flame symbol representing the spark of inspiration. The stone form represents the strong material from which a warrior is made. That's a lot of symbolism. It represents the school's warrior mascot. But administrators overlook the fact that high schools are filled with high schoolers. Or, as a writer for Hypervocal puts it, students are giggling over how much it looks like a lady's periwinkle. School administrators started hearing complaints from parents who had heard their teens making jokes about the statue, so they covered up for the time being. The school's principal insists this isn't censorship. The school was just worried about vandalism. The frontiersman explains how she plans to handle the controversy. She plans to convene another committee that includes students, parents, staff, and school administration to examine the art project. Also, the artists will give a presentation at the high school February 24th to educate students about the symbolism in their art. The sculpture's artists insist it has to be seen up close to be fully appreciated. For the Huffington Post, I'm Christina Hartman.